What's up, y'all? It's the Booshbag. Miss Booshbag to you. Okay, girls, this is the next episode of Little Women LA, the Ride or Die Wedding. Okay, so it starts off with Jasmine and Tara talking about the fight. Oh my god, that's like several episodes ago. I wish we could stop talking about the goddamn fight. Okay, talking about the fight with Brianna and Christy. And Jasmine is said that Brianna was basically talking around Tara's questions at that food bank or whatever. Like she didn't want to be direct or give like a direct answer. I wouldn't either. This girl was violent and kind of an asshole. Okay, so yeah. Tara said that she should tell her, since she's invited to the wedding, she should tell her to invite her family. But Jasmine is like, I already see how that went for y'all motherfuckers, all y'all uninvited, non-friended people. So no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let her be happy. And if she doesn't want people around that are gonna make her feel unhappy, then I don't really want to bring it up and make her mad at me and, you know, kick me out of the damn wedding party. All right, so she says she ain't gonna do it. Then we go to the shot of Brianna trying on her wedding dress, and Elena is extremely underwhelmed. She was like, this fucking dress is ridiculous. Ridic. First of all, it is too long in the torso because little people already have disproportionate bodies. I love her accent. They already got disproportionate bodies, so their torso look kind of long and their legs are really small. So this weird ass dress with an extra long torso and this teeny tiny little skirt part really makes her look like an extremely little person. It's gonna make her look stumpy and frumpy, and she hates the dress. So she's saying that she really would like for her to look sophisticated and not like a little kid playing dress up. So she tells her, yeah, I don't like your dress, girl. But she tried to make it nice, like, you know, with costume jewelry, you're gonna have on big earrings and, you know, a choker and all of this stuff. Like, it's just, it may be too much. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Less stuff. And scrap the dress, okay? Brianna tells her that she's not inviting Christy. And I guess she already knew that. But Christy doesn't know that she's not invited. And she actually wants to ask. So she's trying to figure out a way to contact Brianna and get her to tell her whether she's invited or not by asking her, oh, so what colors should I wear to the wedding? Or what are the wedding colors that people are supposed to wear? Or, you know, some other thing roundaboutly asking without really asking. And her husband, Todd, is like, oh, actually, I got some news. Matt called him and invited them to the wedding. He said because Christy was against him and didn't like him, but that he thinks that she was acting in the best regard for his wife. Like she don't like him, or whatever she said was because she was trying to protect her friend, which is his wife. He likes that. And he's like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have been being an asshole in the first place. I shouldn't have fucked up. So can't be mad at her and let them not be friends because she's trying to stick up for her and my wife is taking my side. So yeah, I want her to be there because I think that she's going to be sad if she has to look back on the day and see that she's not there, right? So Tanya's at the eye doctor trying to figure out some shit about LASIK surgery. Apparently she needs some sort of alignment, and the LASIK doctor is telling her she needs alignment first, and the alignment doctor is telling her she needs LASIK first. She don't really know what the hell to do, and that is a very dull storyline. Okay, done. Tara asked Tanya about Kerwin. First off, can I say, Kerwin, what kind of fucking name is that? I mean, he might as well be named Kermit. It is ridiculous. That is a dumbass name, and he should really think about getting a nickname. I'm sorry if your dad or your uncle or your best friend name is Kerwin, but if it is, if that hurt your feelings when I said that, surely you know what you need to do. Nickname. Throw the name under the bus. Run it over. It is ridiculous. Okay, so Kerwin. And Tanya's like, well, I don't know really what's up in this long distance relationship where apparently the man is with somebody else. I'm like, And y'all are trying to tell people how to run their relationships? Okay, really? So, she's like, well, she wants to tell him, like, it's about time you decide if you're going to be with me. And she was like, so what are you going to do if he say no? She's like, I'm going to leave. She's like, yeah, right. Basically, it's 2016, and we used to be roommates in 2000 when you first met him. And y'all ain't even hooked up or even boyfriend and girlfriend now, 16 years later. So, yeah, I don't think that you're going to leave because you just never ever left before. So, there's that. Okay, so Tanya's acting like she's really going to do it, and Tara's like, we'll see. Tara and Elena are out, I'm assuming shopping, because I didn't write down what the hell they were doing. But Tara's talking to her about getting an epidural, and Elena is talking about natural childbirth. Tara's like, are you serious? Yeah, I want to give natural childbirth. No, you don't. You're going to need that epidural, and you need to have a C-section. It's like, it's ridiculous. She was like, even average sized people who are pregnant with twins have C-sections. She was like, twins, like little people often have C-sections anyway, but to be that little and tiny and have twins and you think that you're gonna have natural birth, she was like, it's ridiculous. And I certainly hope that no doctor would actually allow this to happen or perform it on her. Now see, I don't know, because I mean, people been having babies since the beginning of time, but they probably did die a lot when they weren't able to get the baby out any other way than the natural way, because the people might, little people they're pretty little, and sometimes their babies are normal sized babies. So I don't know if they should be littler, if it would hurt or damage the body less. I don't know anything about it, as a matter of fact, but I don't know if Tara's right or wrong, but it does seem like what she's saying could be kind of logical, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that Elena should get to the doctor. I mean, ask him. She should have been asked that. I mean, if she wanted to have natural childbirth, that's kind of one of those things you start preparing for, and not talking to a doctor. You talk to like one of those doula people or a midwife, or people that's going to help you do all of it from home, right? So then we skip to Brianna's wedding. Brianna's getting her hair done, and Jasmine's there, and she was like, well, are you inviting your parents? And Brianna is like, hell to the no. But at least she did ask, which is what Tara told her to do. And she said she wouldn't do it, but she didn't push it because, she don't want her to get mad at her. But she just wanted to ask because she wanted to put it in her head just in case she might regret it, later on. Jasmine's dress. She was like, is my dress supposed to be black? She's like, hell no, your dress ain't supposed to be black. So apparently her dress is supposed to be red or white, because the wedding colors are red, white, and black. That's just so country. And I think it was actually cute. But yeah, her dress was black, but her shoes are red, which don't make no sense or whatever. And Brianna's pretty mad about it, but whatever. I guess they're gonna have to work it out because they don't really have any other options at this point. Tanya talking to Kermit, and she's asking him over the, what is it, Skype or something? Are you gonna move here? And he's like, well, what's up with our relationship? And he's like, we cool, blah, 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 whatever. Are you still with this girl? Like, no, I kind of broke up with her. Are you going to move here? And he's like, you want me to move there? Are you in love with me? She's like, yeah, I'm in love with you. So he's like, well, since I left the girl, then, okay, we could do this. Do what? I mean, am I unclear on what the hell is going on? What, do y'all get married, or you breaking up, or y'all gonna commit to talking on the phone a lot? I mean, I don't understand what was supposed to have been fucking happening, right? And she was like, well, are we back together? Are we like together in a relationship, like boyfriend and girlfriend? He was like, yeah. Oh, okay. Girl, this is the most ridiculous and idiotic storyline ever. First of all, how the hell are you gonna have a long ass distance relationship and it be 20 years long, and he go with somebody else, and you just found out 20 years later that y'all go together. Is that really a relationship? I'm so mad about the ridiculousness of her trying to put that together and claim it to be something. But yeah, I guess she happy that after all of this damn time that he's going to be her long distance boyfriend, perhaps. All right. So, Brianna's still in that room with Jasmine, getting ready for the wedding. Somebody knocks, and who do we think it is? It is Christy, because we already know that Matt invited her. Brianna is picking her mouth up off the floor because it dropped. Like, oh shit, what are you doing here? And she was like, well, Matt invited me because he said that you wanted me to be here. Do you need me water or this or that, or do you want me to leave? I'll leave because if you want me to, because I don't want to ruin your day. She's been very humble, and you know, any way that you would be if you were at the wedding of a person who didn't invite you on purpose, but then their husband did, and then but you're friends with the actual girl, and then you're all awkward at the thing, right? So and Brianna was like, well, I was pretty pissed off and like confused, but perhaps we could just use this time as a time to move forward. Move forward from what? What the fuck did Christy do to you? Whatever, girl. And when she leaves, she's like, oh, well, let me go back out and find my family. I just wanted to give you a hug and tell you that I love you and all of that. She leaves, and Jasmine's like, well, what do you think about this or whatever? I mean, I think that Christy is a people pleaser, meaning she'll just say anything to, you know, that she thinks people want to hear. I don't know. Is she trying to get controversial in this episode? Because this is about the second time she done been talking about a motherfucker behind their back. So she done talked about Brianna, and now she talking about Christy. So it seemed like she getting on, you know, Team Terra side. But yeah, she's starting to show a little bit more shade than I'm appreciating from her little eye area, old raggedy face ass. I'm not here for her to try to turn up. So she needs to scale it back quite a lot. Okay. So yeah, calling her people pleaser. I've already said my stance on Christy and how I think that, you know, everybody was mean to her and mistreated her and ignored her after she got hit in the head with a thing and let her go outside crying and hysterical and nobody helped her. Like, that fucking sucks. Okay. So when Christy gets outside and she's headed towards the wedding party or to go sit down, Elena sees her, and Elena got a motherfucker attitude like, why the fuck is this bitch here and she wasn't invited? So she thinks she crashed the wedding. She's kind of mad and thinks she's gonna ruin her day. So she go and confront her. Like, why are you here? And she asked if Brianna knew that she was there, and Christy kindly let her know, yeah, because I already talked to her ass, and her husband invited me. That's right. Sit it down. Mind your business. Christy's sitting over in Brianna's section, and she like, well, shit, if it wasn't for me and Todd and Matt's family, I mean, it wouldn't be any fucking body here. Like, none of her friends are there and her family. So she basically is acting like she's in an abusive relationship. She cut off her friends and her family. Like, that's basically the kind of thing that happens in an abusive relationship. So she's like, this is ridiculous. And once again, she is also hoping that she doesn't regret not inviting her parents to her wedding. They show a little montage of Brianna and Matt's whole relationship and blah, blah, blah. And Brianna's like, I'm just so happy that, you know, we went through all this stuff and we're like meant for each other. We're soulmates and we're like stronger than ever. Yeah. Then when they get into the objection part of the wedding, Elena's like, oh, I know she better not raise her hand or object to the wedding because we are all supposed to be being supportive. Shut up, girl. She ain't there to... Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody do that. So no, she didn't object. They did try to fuck with the editing and have some little kid cough at that time. I'm like, I know that baby did not cough right at that moment or make no noise, like he was so aggravated. But they tried to act like somebody was going to object, but nobody did, of course. And then they get on to the vows, which I'm just going to freaking say it. They really could have kept to their goddamn self, okay? Just like Christy said, nobody objected, but her parents object. You can tell they objected by their seats being empty and not being there. And I motherfucking objected after his fucking vows. I don't know what the fuck he said at the damn beginning, but it just all became pure ridiculousness. And I'm gonna say thank goodness her mother wasn't there, because if somebody says some bullshit like this at my wedding and my mother was there, or my grandparents, or any respectable adult person in my family, and he's like, oh, you know, I loved everything about you, but that booty though. Yeah, the booty. Who the fuck talks about somebody's ass in their wedding vows in front of all their friends and family? Is that classy? Is that respectable? Doesn't he have a son that he is supposed to be trying to teach to be a normal functioning human being? And what's sad is his son is black, so he's a white dude who's a jackass with a black son that he's gonna teach to be an ass. She didn't object, and she didn't walk away and say fuck this marriage or you're a jackass like I would have said. But yeah, she went on and she was like, oh, I think that, you know, we're meant to be together and we're like a ride or die relationship and we're stronger than ever. Sure you are. Cool. Okay, so goes to Tanya and Tara. They're at the spa getting acupuncture with the little needles all over their body or whatever. And they're not supposed to be mentioned in the wedding because they're supposed to be acting like they don't care that they're not invited, but they do care because they did mention the wedding. Right? Okay, so she tells, Tanya tells Tara that Kerwin is back with her and moving back. But I'm trying to think did he say he was moving back? I heard something along the lines of, yeah, okay. But it wasn't a yeah, okay to anything specific. It was just like, I don't want to be together if we ain't gonna be together, or if you ain't broke up with the girl. Yeah, I broke up with her. But that don't mean that they don't want to be. I don't know if he's moving back is what I'm saying. So I don't know if she made that up or if I just missed something, but it's whatever. All right, so Brianna, would rather have 50 more. Oh, Tara said that she would rather have 50 more needles in her face than be at that ride or die wedding. So yeah, that's where she mentioned it, the thing that she was supposed to not mention because of her not caring about it so much. Brianna said that everyone who is supposed to be there is there. Okay. Christy seems to be genuinely happy for them because she's like, I never get to see them, you know, in this light, being together and all in love and playful and fun and funny. And she really just has high hopes that things turn out well for them and that they have a pretty good marriage and marriage works. So Elena pulls her to the side, or she pulls Elena to the side, Christy, and they're talking, and she's like, so did you turn off your phone? And she's like, if she thinks I'm going to let her get off the hook about not talking about all this stuff, then no, she is wrong. So she's like, yeah, I turned my phone off because a lot of shit been happening and motherfuckers keep calling me, and you know, I don't got shit to say. Like I thought I was gonna die. I've been really hurt. My head was hurting. I couldn't see out of my eye. And everybody is just wanting to call. Well, she didn't say this, but I'm just gonna add it my goddamn self. Y'all bitches want to call and try to clear shit up for motherfucking Tara. Because y'all acting like I didn't actually get hit. Or I didn't actually get hurt. And I should just let everything smooth over and let this bitch go on about her business. But no, so I will not be talking to anybody who's trying to act like my life doesn't matter, and or I should put this other bitch ahead of my own safety and health. Okay, so she started getting kind of hysterical, started crying and all that shit, talking about she had a headache and the headaches, you know, they wouldn't go away and all this and all that. And she says, she was like, well, how did everybody know about the press? She was like, I don't know. I went to Cedars-Sinai, and when I came out, the press was all around. And she was like, yeah, she's standing here in my face and telling me this. So she thinks she's lying. But I'm going to say this. Didn't y'all just go to a fucking place where it was all regular sized people and y'all was all little as hell, making everyone already look at you because you're kind of an odd little group of people in the first place, and then proceed to have a freaking bar fight in which people hit others in the head with glass? Yeah, I don't know how the press could have found out, because that was a totally private situation, right? No, it wasn't private. How many people do you think were Snapchatting that or recording a little people fight, or dare I say a midget fight at a bar? Okay, come on. So she don't have to go and be like, oh, look, this thing happened to me. I don't think that there's any way that it could have been hidden from the freaking public. Everybody was gonna know because it was done in a public place, and because you are a highly visible group, just because of your very specificness of being a big ass group of little people, okay, fighting, and somebody leaves crying hysterically, okay? So yeah, believe it. So I don't know if she called the press or not, and it really doesn't matter, but don't act like it's ridiculous that she didn't. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. I did actually wind up liking the wedding colors, even though they sounded country as hell when I first heard about it, and I saw maybe a scrunchie or some shit on her wrist. I'm like, what kind of Mexican ass bullshit is this? But it was actually pretty cute. And you know, everybody's saying bye and all this and all that. And when Christy is leaving, somebody's like, hey Christy, are you feeling all right? I know you don't really feel like talking about it, but is your head all right, or how's your health? And she's like, no comment, motherfucker, get away from me. So she gets really hysterical. She's been really getting hysterical lately, like a lot with the tears and the crying and all of that stuff. But she's saying that the media is kind of stalking her. They're following her everywhere that she goes, and she's scared that Brianna's going to see them, because she didn't want them to show up to her wedding. You know, she wasn't originally invited. She damn sure don't want to bring a whole bunch of drama to this girl's wedding. And she's like, make them leave. Like, everywhere I go, they just won't leave me alone. I didn't let them know. How did they know that her wedding was here? How did they know? Like, they're following me. So yeah, she freaks out, and the producers are telling her, yeah, well, I'll tell them to leave, just, you know, calm down or whatever. And that is how that episode ends. Okay, so recap. Tara, Trick Ass, and Tanya don't really have shit to do in this episode because they're not a part of the wedding. So they just off being corny and trying to talk about the girls on the sneak while having a spa day to try to make them not feel so bad that they are not invited to the thing. Tanya's relationship with Kerwin sounds absolutely ridiculous, and Tara don't believe it. She says she'll believe it when I see it, and I think I will believe it when I see it as well, because it doesn't really make much sense. Elena is coming for people. She's getting a little bit bossy. And Jasmine is seeming a little bit fucking shady all of a sudden. Like, she just want to be the next Tara. She want to plant little seeds to get motherfuckers feeling a little bit mad about motherfuckers and watch all the mayhem ensue. But somebody's gonna bust her ass. She ain't no thick girl like Tara. So when you're little and itty bitty, you need to keep it to yourself. And did y'all see the fucking preview for next week? What the fuck did he do? He did something horrible in a week. Well, I don't know if these, you know, the timing that they really use for recording this shit, because, you know, it already happened. But what the fuck, like, alright, so as far as our timing goes, it's just a damn week in between after getting married that he done already fucked up so bad that she had to eat her words and talk to Tara and Tanya and Christy and every goddamn body else because she looked stupid as hell for dissing everybody over this dude and marrying him and putting him before everybody and getting this. So I'm so excited to see that shit. I don't know what to do. I wish I could just speed it up, or find some leaked footage or something. I just want to know. I want to know what's going on. But we're going to have to wait. So, until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos.